I hope never mawala yung reality that first and foremost, you're a Filipino. So I hope my kids, as they grow older, they get to see that they have a role to play in terms of helping their fellow Filipinos. Hi everyone, this is Bam Aquino, and today I'm sharing my 5 hopes for my daughters, Rory and Coco, here on Modern Parenting. So una, I hope they'll always be friends. I think you saw how close they are. I hope that never really changes. They've always been close. So si Rory kasi siya yung ate, talagang feel na yung pagiging ate niya. And si Coco, because she's the baby, feel na niya yung pagka-baby niya. But even if they have different roles or they see themselves in different roles, they really like each other, they hang out with each other, nagchichismisan yan before they sleep. They sleep side by side. I hope never mawala yon yung closeness nila. And the fact that they're always nagkukwentuhan, nagchichismisan. Sometimes if you leave them na sila lang, grabing kwentuhan na yan between the two of them at 10 and 7 years old. So I hope never mawala yon. Lagi silang close, lagi nag-uusap, at laging nagtutulungan. Secondly, I hope they'll always be prayerful. Na hindi mawala yon sa daily routine nila. So at night, they say their prayers. I always tell them to pray and go to Mass on Sundays. I hope they never forget to do that. It's gotten me here, you know. When you leave politics and you decide to come back, there's a leap of faith. And that leap of faith, with a capital F yun, no? So talagang kailangan sasandal ka talaga sa mas matibay sa'yo. I hope my kids will have that prayerfulness in them also. And I hope it never leaves them. Third, I hope they'll always love their country. I know marami sa mga kabataan find themselves in other countries and it's a global world now. But I hope never nila makakalimutan na Pilipino sila. And lagi nilang mamahalin yung bansa. Loving your country is really loving your fellow Filipinos, making sure that, you know, in your day-to-day life, may espasyo ka para sa ibang tao. You can't just look out for your family or just yourselves. Kailangan yung orientation mo is always to help other people. The bayanihan spirit that's instilled in every one of us, di ba? You know, a lot of young people these days, they look at themselves as global citizens. That's the reality these days, di ba? But I hope never mawala yung reality that first and foremost, you're a Filipino. So I hope my kids, as they grow older, they get to see that they have a role to play in terms of helping their fellow Filipinos, di ba? Kumbaga, we're all responsible for each other, whether it's voting wisely or being kind to other people or sharing your resources. I hope my kids will always have that in their heart. Being in politics, being a public servant, I hope I also am a good example to them. So sana hindi yun mawala sa kanila, whether they end up here or they end up living or working in another country, because that's also the reality now for a lot of our young Filipinos. Sana dun pa rin yung pagka-Pilipino nila. Fourth, I hope that they find jobs or careers that they really love doing. This is so important. I hope they end up finding work in places na na-enjoy talaga nila. Na mas bumibilis yung tibok ng puso nila because they're doing something that they really love to do. My grandparents were teachers actually. The parents of my mom were teachers. So talagang mahalaga sa amin yung education. Even as a young boy, we focused on our academics. We knew that getting to a good school, getting the right education was a big privilege. So talaga we focused on that. And going into public service, yung naging focus namin was to be able to provide that support and that opportunity to more Filipinos. It does say in our Constitution that we need to have accessible education for all. Kung kaya mong magbayad in a private school, magbayad ka, di ba? Kasi may kakayanan ka naman. Pero marami sa mga kababayan natin, kulang talaga yung pondo nila. So, they have to have options. And those options should be given by government. Our public school is free. Our elementary and high school and senior high school is free. Now, there's an option for free college also because of my law. So, meron kang option to actually have accessible education for free. And that's important. And we have to fight for that every year, make sure there's a budget, make sure people have access to that. And that's simply something we should provide to all Filipinos. and let it be a choice of every family whether they will go to a private school because kaya nila magbayad, or they'll go to a state university or a local university because it's still able to provide quality education, but they can't afford the private school. You look at our educational system, access is actually better off now after all of these laws, but quality is something we have to look at also. So it's access to quality education, not just access to education, which means our kids are learning, they're able to grow, and afterwards they're able to find jobs. Meron silang trabaho pagkatapos nila mag-aral, no? So our main advantage right now are the Filipino people, no? And if we lose that because our young people are not educated enough or hindi nabibigyan ng quality education, we're gonna miss that advantage that we have right now. My kids, I hope that they're able to go to school, they're able to learn, and eventually find the jobs that will really, help them become happy. That's a gift, na yung trabaho mo, masaya ka rin sa trabaho mo. Hindi lahat ng tao ganon. Diba? A lot of people don't have that opportunity. But that's something I wish for my kids, na kung saan man sila nagtatrabaho, they're able to find fulfillment as well. And fifth, I hope they find the right partners when they grow up, because ang laking bagay ng finding the right partner sa happiness ng isang tao at sa happiness ng isang pamilya. At least in my experience, having the right partner is so important. Napakahalaga sa buhay mo. Whether you're talking about happiness, peace in the family, or even your ability to achieve your goals, napakahalaga niya. Si Rory is 10 and Coco is 7. Medyo malayo pa. Alam ko, everyone's telling me, all my friends with older kids are saying, mabilis na lang yan. I'll cross the bridge when I get there. And I hope my kids find the right people for them. Thank you everyone for watching. Once again, this is Bam Aquino. For more videos like this, subscribe to the Modern Parenting YouTube channel. Salamat!